I spent so many years back here when I was a child playing games, playing with my G.I. Joes and other stuff. It is a big yard, all this brush and yeah, a lot of fun. Spent a lot of time as a child playing back here. A lot of memories.
Here's one of the neighborhoods I used to live in whenever I was in grade school. Coming up on the right is my house, old house. Have to turn around. You'll see my house here in a second. It looks like an owl, the face of an owl. I never noticed that, but there it is with those red cars in front of it. Didn't stop because I didn't want to look like a creeper.
"21 years ago, 22 years ago, this is where I got recruited out here in Charleston, North Charleston, and started my Air Force career. And this is where, like I said, all the craziness began. I had no idea what I was getting into, and yeah, this is where I was at, working at grocery stores, making minimum wage, and then now making minimum wage. Not just kidding, not making minimum wage. I'm a student, but yeah, this is where it all began 22 years ago. It's crazy that that's still here because it's been a while and didn't think it would be here, but it's here.
Now after leaving the recruiting station, I'm heading over to Charleston Air Force Base. It's a place that I lived at in a couple different times in my life. Now that I'm retired, I get to come back and do the old retiree thing at looking at static aircraft, going over to the commissary and the BX, and even going to look and see if my house is still there.
I spent a couple of years here as a child living on base. My dad was in the Air Force for 21 years. It's extra windy right now, so I apologize if y'all hear a lot of wind. But my dad, like I said, served 21 years. He was stationed here. I lived here as a kid for a couple of years. And then so many years later, I ended up getting stationed here. I put down a list. Normally after so many years, if you re-enlist, you get to put a list of bases that you would like to go to. It's called a wish list because you wish and it might happen, might not happen. But I think Charleston was my fourth or fifth choice, and yeah, I got it and ended up being stationed here for, it was about 5 years. So I've spent about 5 to 6 years here on this base. It's crazy being here as a little kid and then coming back here as an adult, working this job, working law enforcement, security for the Air Force. So, it was fun. Get to come back here and do the retiree stuff, like stand around and look at that aircraft. Even though I didn't secure any of those type of aircraft, that was a lot older than what I dealt with. Crazy. This is the little park that they have here on base. Spent a few times, every time our ball team, when I was a kid, we would play, we would come here and they'd have barbecues for us at the end of the season. And quite a few exercises that we had out here when I was an adult. I would chase somebody through this area and they'd either run into the woods or we would catch them somewhere, whether they'd be in a car or on foot. But yeah, this is the park. Not much to it, pretty simple. So the building behind me that you guys see right back that way is where I used to work at. 5 years, law enforcement, fun times. That sucks. I wanted to show you guys where I lived at when I was a kid, and they tore down all the houses, so I would have just been pointing at a fence line and some grass. But it was so cool whenever I was stationed here to drive through there as a patrolman, driving through and just looking over where I used to live at as a kid. It was a crazy thing. Now I'm gonna go into the BX, or our store for those that don't know military stuff. It's our little inner Walmart. Not as much stuff as Walmart, but it's our little store. Then you have the commissary. That's also a grocery store for those that don't know that stuff as well. But yeah, it sucks I couldn't show you guys that, because I would just been pointing at a fence. Really appreciate you guys riding with me this week. Apologize for the short video, but if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you can get those updates. Smash the crap out of the like button. Share with your friends and family. And hopefully y'all got to see a little bit about my life. Not too much, but just a little bit about me. Until next time, love y'all. Peace.